Hello there. In this episode, we will tackle the topic hobby. First, we will talk about what a hobby is and why hobbies are important. This talk will be based upon our own experience. Then we will connect the topic hobby with the anime and manga world. So, what is a hobby, my friend? How would you define it?
Hobby is something you do in your free time when you're not at work or not sleeping. So basically, the time after your work.
Yes, but I would add that a hobby is also something that you enjoy doing or look forward to doing. It's basically
Yes,
the highlight of your day, week, or whenever you are doing your hobby.
yes.
And I think hobbies are important to have because if you think about it, sounds a little sad, but most of our life is filled with mundane and gray things because we have to go to uni, to school, study, work, do chores at the house, or do stuff that we don't enjoy doing.
Mm,
That's sadly how it is.
yes.
Like when we are grown up, we have 8 hour work, 1 or 2 hours
Mm,
to do something in the house, like cooking, chores, cleaning, whatsoever. And then
yes.
the time for our hobbies are short and we are tired after doing the mundane stuff.
Mm.
Is it the same for you as a youngling or do you have more free time?
Um, I would say because I'm not going to uni right now, I have more free time. Yes, I have some more free time than you, but I work more hours than you in the week.
Yes, but not that much.
Yeah,
Then hobbies are also important for you, right?
yes, they are.
Then what are your hobbies that are important for you? We can also talk about past hobbies that we've discarded on in our
Mm.
journey. If you have something that you want to tell the viewers or listeners.
So obviously, I love Blue Lock, and the reason I love Blue Lock is because I play football myself.
You mean soccer?
No, really, everyone calls it football, but only the Americans
America, the
call it
land of
soccer.
freedom and justice. It's always correct.
Um, yes, football is a big part of my life. I play football since I was 5 years old or something like this. A long time. I started in kindergarten,
Yes.
so yeah, I play football for my lifetime.
See, he calls it soccer too. He's just lying to you. He's playing in echt.
Um, yes, but I played some basketball in my school days. Fifth to 10th class, I played basketball in a small club, but we didn't play any matches, sadly.
I mean, that's quite long. That's basically a quarter of your life.
It
A bit,
is.
a bit less.
Maybe from class 7th to class 10th, not from class 5.
Okay, then a bit less, but still long.
Yes, yes. Um, but I dropped it because, yeah, I had less time because of university and my Abitur. Yeah, I didn't have the time anymore for basketball, so I dropped it sadly.
Sadly, but understandable. Do you
Hmm,
remember why you start playing football?
football?
Yes, soccer.
Dude, it was in kindergarten. I just found it cool at the time, and I was a football fan when I was little, so I wanted to play myself, I
That's a good.
think.
That's a good reasoning. I started to play as well with my dad because we are watching football, And
Mm.
then we were going on to the soccer pitch. I think that's right.
Football pitch.
Yes, yes. And then we are playing football. Because when you're a youngling with energy and we're running around and chasing the ball, it was fun.
Yes, I even have some of my Bayern tricots from when I was little. So I have been a Bayern fan for my lifetime too. You don't
Yes.
change your club. You don't do that as a real football fan.
I'm also a Bayern fan. The reason is really funny. There are two reasons basically. I like the players that were there at the time when I was a youngling. Plus, my father was a fan of Hamburg, HSV, and Bayern always stomped Hamburg. For example, when I was a teen, I had a sleepover at my friends were playing Call of Duty all night. Then the next morning, when Bundesliga were, I was asking my dad because I had a smartphone at the time, and how did Bayern and Hamburg play? And then he was quietly saying, "Oh, Hamburg lost 2-9 against Munich."
I remember this match because I was in the stadium at
Nice.
this game.
But this was a really fun drive back home. I was
Yes.
sulking in the car.
So watching football also counts as a hobby because you enjoy it, you look forward to watching your favorite club play.
Yes.
What else did I do for hobbies?
Well, you think I've
Uh,
also some hobbies that I dropped. If
hmm?
we, I've also some sport hobbies that I dropped. That we, because we can stay in the realm of sport and then venture into other topics.
Hmm.
I was playing tennis for a really long time, but it's the same as you. I didn't have the time
Yeah.
because I was going to uni, then I was starting to work part time. This was 4 evenings a week. I wanted to do stuff with friends, then I was going to the gym. So something had to go.
Hmm.
And plus, I had a really fun hobby as well, which I only did for 2 years. It was archery.
Oh.
I was doing it with an old friend from elementary school and the gymnasium, with who I have sadly no contact. It was the other Kai, the Kai who also brought me into the anime and manga world. Do you remember from our first episode? A
Yes.
while back. So we were together at the archery club. Sadly, the club closed and they didn't go to a new club.
Ah.
But it was really cool. This would be a hobby where I can see myself as a grown and a bit elder man. Just going to the
Hmm.
archery range 1 or 2 times a week. On the weekends,
Yeah.
maybe.
It's really cool when you shoot down the targets and stuff.
It's also a very quiet hobby. You need to have some concentration.
Hmm.
Very
You
calm.
have to focus really hard to hit the target
Yes,
because you can't let your breath run wild.
yes, you don't have to rush.
Yes, I don't have any hobbies that I dropped instead of basketball because I was playing since a kid, so I knew that I want to play soccer.
I,
Football?
I mean, he's getting converted. I mean, you are currently still in a club, right? You had football training right before our recording. It was
Yes.
very fun in the rain, I heard.
Um, yes. It's still really fun.
Even though the pitch
Um,
was like a mud.
yes, the pitch was really muddy because it started pouring uh, in the training, so yeah. So I also have the hobby animes watching, and it started, I don't know, 4 years ago, I told, or 5 years ago.
A
It
really
was,
new guy.
yeah. But before that, I played video games for my lifetime. Like
Gamer.
I got my first Nintendo DS when I was 6, and since then I couldn't stop playing games.
Do you remember what your first game was?
My first game was Zelda Spirit Tracks for Nintendo DS.
I see.
Yes, and I completed a run through a few months ago.
Nostalgia.
Yes.
Hot take would be that Nintendo only could capture a nostalgia, but it's a hot take, so. Oh no, they are relying on nostalgia, that's the right word, and not
Hmm.
innovating. But that's a personal hot take.
Yes, that's it for my hobbies that I have. Do you have any other hobbies right now?
Before I go on, my first game was a really old RTS. It was Spellforce. It was from a German developer. Plus Age of...
Spellforce is German.
Yes, I think the old Spellforce were German.
Oh, okay.
And obviously Age of Empires and Age of Mythology from that time.
Hmm.
I'm also a gamer, not as much as I used to be. But I want to ask you, why do you like gaming so much? And why it is a constant companion in your life? Because there has to be something special. It is the longest hobby,
Mm.
or the hobby that you are doing the longest.
No, football is longer than, but it's basically equally. Yes, gaming is just I enjoy the world, another world basically, like an isekai.
Diving into another world.
Yes, I like the specific genres that they offer. There's legit a game for everyone. You can, if you just want to chill out, you can just play Animal Crossing, Sims, or stuff. If you want to shoot someone, then go play Counter-Strike, Call of Duty. It's just fascinating that a game can hook you in for such a long time and you can enjoy it for such a long time.
Yes. Are you a multiplayer guy or a single player guy or both?
I'm both. I'm currently playing a lot of LOL, League of Legends. But I used to play Assassin's Creed a few weeks ago,
You.
and I enjoyed it too.
I
Yes.
mean, are you also rioting in League of Legends right now? Because I heard there was a scandal with the Hextech chests. They removed
They
the
are coming back.
gambling. Yes, I heard that
They
as
are
well.
coming back.
It's so funny that the
Yes.
community riots about Riot removing gambling.
Yes. Yeah. So games are fun. Games are there since my lifetime, so I really enjoy them.
Yes. In terms of
But
gaming,
I'm
I'm more a single player guy. Oh, sorry, I thought you were finished and wanted to start another
uh,
point.
no, I'm just a casual guy, so I don't want to try really hard to be the best or something in multiplayer games. I just want to have my fun and chill. I don't play to get who the
Ladder.
biggest rank. Yeah,
No
so
rank
that's it.
rider in LoL. I thought ranked was the life of League of Legends player.
Nah, I'm just playing for fun, not for killing myself
Yes,
and
having fun
others.
is important.
Hmm. So yeah, you wanted to tell something.
Yes, I'm more of a single player guy myself. That's
Hmm.
why I have a PS5 and a big 4K TV. I like the Sony single player games, the cineastic ones like Uncharted, God of War, Horizon, Ghost of Tsushima. Those are
Big
my
games,
kind of
big,
games.
yeah, big games.
And the Souls games. Those are goated.
I never touched a single Soul game.
You're missing out.
No, I don't want to suffer.
The Souls games are giving you the best feeling in gaming. There's no more feeling satisfying than beating some hard boss where you struggled and seeing
I'm
the
no
worlds how
masochist.
they're questioned. It hasn't something to do
Okay.
with masochistic. Souls games are not that hard. You just need to learn the game actually. It's not like,
Yes, but you suffer throughout learning.
yeah, and like in school and anything, if you're learning something, you always have to suffer and invest time.
Yes, but
You're
suffering is Mendoxina.
you're missing out, and it's not that hard. People
I'm
are
no
just saying
mas-
it's hard.
I'm no masochist, my guy.
Just because some random was struggling doesn't mean that it's hard.
Yeah, maybe I will buy them someday if they
Play
are not
Elden
that.
Ring and Summon. Everybody can play through a game with this.
Maybe one day. Yes, but
Then
why?
there was one question I wanted to ask you, which is connected with multiplayer games that we've talked about before.
Hmm.
Is games and hobbies in general are connected with people because they are hobbies that you can do alone, but they think the best hobbies you do with your friends and people that you
Hmm.
enjoy spending time with.
Yes. So what's your question then?
Would you prefer doing a hobby alone or doing hobbies with your friends or with a team in sports, for example?
Um, I'm introverted, so I
Same.
enjoy loneliness sometimes. But I need some friends sometimes, so I get some friends to hook up on LoL or other games. So it's basically a mix of both for me. Sometimes I do enjoy playing games with friends. Sometimes I enjoy playing alone. But for football, I need a team, so I have to connect with other people.
I mean, you can kick at an empty goal. It's not that
Yes,
fun, but it's possible.
I mean you can practice your shooting alone.
Yes. Or put some course there and dribble through the
Mhm.
obstacles that you build. It's
Yes,
possible,
but
but it's boring.
yeah, you need some guys to play football with.
I think a great sport that you can play alone is basketball.
Yeah.
That's nice. But I also like doing hobbies with my friends. For example, when I was at the gym, I was with a buddy in the gym. And I stopped going there because that friend moved to Munich and I had no gym buddy. So
Oh,
and
sad.
when I play online games, like I've played League as well, a long time, like 10 years plus. I've always played League with my friends. In the
Mhm.
beginning, when I was learning the game, where I suffered, like in the Souls games, because learning League is ass.
Yes.
But if I play League nowadays, I just play it with my friends and to be able to connect with my friends. Because I
Mm.
have some friends, like the example from before, who lives in Munich, which I can't just travel to Munich to see this person, but I
Yeah.
can hop on Discord with this person and play some League of Legends or some other games together.
Mm.
So not League, but online games are an important tool for keeping friendships, even at
Yes.
even though your friend lives a great distance away. We have also some friends that you just know through gaming, but can't see in real life.
Yes. I do. Yeah.
I have one last hobby that I discarded that I want to talk about.
Mm, go ahead.
It's stories were always a huge thing in my life. Oh, I have two hobbies that I but discarded, but both are connected to stories. When I was really young, I wanted to become an author, and I was writing.
Oh,
It was a bad fanfiction, but I liked it. Because I always liked stories, that's why I'm a reader nowadays. I even studied, how is it called in English? The German language in my first semester in uni, but at that time
mm.
I noticed that maybe this was just a dream and it was not worth fulfilling and changed my university subject to ethnology as the second one.
Mm.
Also a great subject. And the other hobby is connected to stories as well. Because I was a huge movie buff and cinema enjoyer before let's say, the pandemic.
Mm.
After the pandemic, everything got expensive. Plus, let's say it like that, movies are ass nowadays.
Yeah.
Hollywood is so uncreative. You get some agenda shoved down your throat, and you always are getting sequels and nothing new.
Yes.
That's what I like about manga. It does not matter if you have some budget or some big studio behind you. If a manga author is talented and has a good idea, then draws and writes a manga, then I can enjoy it. Most of it.
Mm.
Yes, he obviously needs to get picked up by a publisher, but the barrier of entry is way less than in a movie which costs like 300 million nowadays. Then obviously the studio is going to play safe.
Yeah.
You were also, I don't remember if you're a film enjoyer, but you also don't watch films nowadays. It's the same reason
Mm.
or something else?
Um, I don't know. Every movie felt shit since I started watching anime. Every movie became just boring, plain, and yeah, boring. Like,
Yes. I mean, even though animes have their formulas as well, but they are way less creative animes than movies, I would say. I mean, yes, there are obviously some great indie movies and stuff, but they're indie movies, and for some movies, you just need budget.
hmm,
Plus, I think CGI is a curse for movie industry because every movie looks like shit because of it.
yes.
I mean, we have films nowadays who look worse than Terminator 2. It's from the 80s. How can this happen?
Hmm. Since Marvel Endgame, I didn't even watch Marvel movies anymore.
Yes, the connected storyline is gone.
Yeah,
It's just like One Piece without the world building and the cool stuff which connects everything. We are just going from mid island to mid island to mid island.
hmm,
That's Marvel nowadays, basically.
true. Yes. But I have another question for you.
Yes.
Why are hobbies important for you?
I can. I want to talk about one aspect first, and I want to ask you a counter question related to this to that aspect. For me, I think hobbies can also build and define your character. For
Hmm.
example, for me, since I've become a really full-fledged reader, which was at the same time when I started going to uni, I became way more mature, thoughtful, and analytical. Yes, it's obviously connected to uni, but as well with the stuff that I read and the amount that I read. Because when you read nearly every day, you're just going to become smarter and more analytical.
Hmm.
It's just a byproduct of reading. So I want to ask you, do you have a hobby that defines your character, or has your character grown through a hobby?
So basically through anime, I would say. I learned a lot about life or other stuff in anime, or through anime, basically.
Give some life lessons that we have no
Yes.
enemies, for example.
Hmm. Animes could also give some really important life lessons.
Yes.
Like,
Plus,
honestly,
go on.
no, I'm finished.
Okay. Plus, hobbies can also have a big impact on what you're going to do in the future, like your
Hmm.
job or your education. Because you told me what you want to study next, and I wonder how you got the idea to study this specific subject. I don't know the reason. Would you enlighten me if it's not too private for you?
No, you can go ahead.
You want to study Japanology. Is it correct in
Yes,
English, that pronunciation?
I think so. I think so.
He wants to study Japanese culture.
Yes.
I wonder where he got that idea from. Who
I don't
knows?
know. I don't know.
And the other
Yes.
aspect is obviously to finish your question from before. Hobbies is the stuff that makes your life fun and enjoyable.
Mhm.
Because, for example,
Yes.
if you're going to work and making money, then you ask yourself, for what do I even make the money? To pay taxes? To buy food? No, to buy stuff that I enjoy. Like for me,
Yes.
collecting and reading manga. For you, to buy a new game or a new PC. Because you are a PC
Hmm.
gamer and PCs are expensive.
Yes.
If you want to have good graphics, it is.
Yes, you said everything that that I think for me too. So yeah.
Plus, I also think it's very important for your mental state to have a hobby or something that brings change and some differences in your life.
Definitely.
Because I would go
If you
mental if I go every day to the same place, do the same thing, and then sleep and do nothing more.
yes. It's good for your psyche.
Yes.
So if you would just go to work for like 8 hours a day every day without anything other than that, you would completely go mental.
The only exception is obviously if you have family. That's the only exception, like a wife and child.
Hmm.
But the time has not come for the both of us.
Yes.
So, for the last point, I obviously need to talk about how I got into my most recent hobby, reading manga, and the hobby that is for me the most important hobby right now. Besides, if you are counting meeting friends as a hobby, then that's obviously more important. And it's started with watching anime. Like you, I was a huge anime buff.
Hmm.
But then I wanted to know how a certain series continued. And I have the series that is responsible for this is a series that I hate nowadays. But I am also really grateful because I wanted to know how JJK continues on the manga. And obviously One Piece. I was reading One Piece before since Wano. Because I wanted to know what Zoro was up to.
Hmm.
And that's why I became a manga collector. This obviously takes a huge amount of time. Because reading
Hmm.
takes time, and researching what to buy and what to read also takes time. And to acquire the finances takes also time.
Yes, of course it does.
And before we go on to was connecting hobbies with anime and manga, I have one last question. Are you the
Hmm.
guy who has, like me, one huge hobby like manga reading, or are you the guy who has multiple hobbies that he's enjoying and spends the time equally on those?
Mm, I definitely have the biggest one is gaming. Like it's 80, no, 70% of my free time is gaming. 20% is watching anime or manga, and 10% is football. because I have football twice a week training and one game per week. So basically thrice a week.
Bro knows some life hacks. How do you have 110% free time? We need to talk about that. I want to have that too. Damn, son. You need to tell me. I underestimated your power.
Yeah. I
So-
mean, I'm just gaming, and when I'm bored of gaming, then I watch anime.
Game room.
Mhm. I'm gamer since I was 6, so long time.
Yes. I don't game that much because it takes really much time, as you pointed out.
Mm.
For example, I have a lot of good games that I bought and still want to finish, like, for example, Baldur's Gate 3 or Remaster of Fantasia.
Mm.
But those games have over 100 hours of playtime. And nowadays, reading is more important for me. Because I know if I would start a game, then I would drop reading because I get sucked in. Especially in Baldur's Gate, because I'm a D&D player as well. That's another hobby I forgot to mention. So, but now let's connect hobbies with anime and manga.
Mm.
And this connection will be done with a depiction of hobbies and anime and manga, and persons who have hobbies in those mediums. Do you know on top of your head some shows or characters that are about people having their hobbies and living out their hobbies?
Blue Lock.
Some good shows, obviously. Yes, great example.
Like every sports anime, basically. Haikyuu.
Yes.
Blue Box is also.
I'm surprised that you didn't have not watched this or talked about it.
Yes,
You're a romance guy.
yeah, I don't know.
That's good. I like the manga.
It was under my radar.
The manga is really popular.
I feared it.
Then I want to ask you a following question, especially because you like Blue Lock. Is it important for you that your hobby is adapted or is adapted faithfully?
Mm-mm. I
Like, let's
mean,
be real, Blue Lock is not real soccer because, or at least how will people behave.
definitely not. No, no. I mean, football is way more than just everyone want to score, like everyone being a striker in Blue Lock. It's way more than that.
Team play is obviously important.
Yes, team play, tactics. I mean, luck is a factor too. Sometimes you need just luck to get your chances in. Yes, but the anime does well to show how how a player perceives the game. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's
I've
basically the perspective of Isagi seeing everything on the field and stuff.
One thing that I think is connected with the depiction of hobbies in anime and manga is the term passion. I think it does not need to be authentic, but you need to feel the passion from the person that does the hobby or does the sport in that fact.
Hmm.
That is the important factor for me.
Yes.
Another example is More Than a Dollar or My Dress Up Darling.
Yeah,
Because
true.
yes, people watch it for other reasons, but what I really like about Marin and Gojo is the passion for their hobbies and how they're doing stuff. Even though cosplay is over sexualized there, but I still can enjoy the show for the passion that both people have for their hobby.
Yes.
Also, you can have some fantasies connected with your hobby. Like, for me, the greatest example is Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. Like, I want to be overpowered because I'm a reader. That would be great. Do you have any other fantasies connected with your hobby? Or do you know any other shows that portray your hobby in a fantastical way?
I mean, do you know the show Gamers?
It's not a fantastical way, but yes,
Yes,
I know
I
that. I've read the
mean,
manga.
it's about gamers playing games. Um, I know Captain Tsubasa is a famous football anime. I haven't watched it, sadly. I have to one day because it's an old-time classic from what I've heard.
Yes,
Even
it's nice.
my stepdad watched it.
I watched it as well as a child. It
Hmm.
was one of the shows that was airing in the TV when I was a youngling.
Aoashi is also a good football anime from what I've heard. Yes.
Yes, but I wanted to talk about another point.
Which one?
If a hobby is when a hobby is connected with a fantasy, like when you are in a video game, for example, when you're
Hmm.
in a fantastical world that is a game, when you are in a video game world, it's also connected with hobbies, if you think about it. You know which genre I want to talk about.
The isekai genre, of course, right?
Yes!
Yes, Shanfo is the best.
It's the
Uh,
best example
yeah,
because they are just playing games. That's nice. You are current in Shamfo, right?
yes.
The next arc is really cool and also connected with the topic hobbies
Okay.
because they are going towards a tournament,
Oh,
like a pro tournament. I'm not going to talk about more.
yeah. It was already foreshadowed. He
Yes, I
got
think you are.
invited.
Yes, you are in. I think you must be in the beginning of this arc.
The Abyssal arc.
I don't know how the tournament arc is named. The
Uh,
Abyssal arc is underwater stuff.
yes, but currently the Abyssal arc is airing.
Yes, but there will be a break from that.
Ah, that sucks.
But I think Shanfo is a great depiction for characters having fun in their hobby.
Definitely.
Plus, you can also see aspects that we've talked about before with bonding in your hobbies. Because the three main characters know themselves through gaming and their hobby
Hmm,
through online gaming.
true. I mean, a lot of isekai characters are nerds that got reincarnated. Like, for example, Ludi from Mushoku was a nerd, a gaming nerd.
Yes, but not that kind of nerd where I would say we are the same.
I mean, he did some pretty nasty stuff in the
He
light
was a
novel.
DJ.
Yeah, and deserved that. Let's be honest, he deserved it. Yes,
Yes,
but he was a gamer, and
true.
he's living his life now in the fantasy world.
He was an aero game enjoyer.
Mm. And he is using some techniques that he got through gaming knowledge,
True
like
aero games.
like being able to cast magic and stuff. He learned it through gaming, basically. So if you're a gamer and you got isekai, you have some advantages in your life.
There's also another show that is not an isekai but is very popular right now and has a lot to do with gamification and gaming.
No
Do you
game,
know
no
which one it
bitches.
is? It's popular right now, no.
No game, no bitches is popular every day.
It's really, 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 really popular right now. The most
um,
popular thing, basically.
the most popular thing.
Yes.
Ah, isekai.
It's not an isekai. It's obviously solo leveling.
Oh, okay. I mean, you could say it's an isekai, you could argue for that.
It has at least the same structure and tropes.
Yeah.
But the question that I want to ask you is, would you like to have gaming abilities basically in real life? Or getting isekai or getting into a game? That's what I want to talk about.
I honestly want to have the level up features from solo leveling. If I do something, then I get XP for it, and then I can boost my stats, basically. It would be a great feature in life.
Should I tell you a secret?
What
You
is it?
you have that feature right now. Like if you go to a gym, you're getting stronger, leveling up. If you are reading, you're getting more intelligent. So your intelligence rises. If you're learning a new skill, you can learn the skill. That's why Skyrim is actually one of the best leveling systems. By just doing stuff, you're getting better. But I
But
still want know what I mean. What you mean.
yes,
Just want to make a funny comment.
I mean he he puts everything in strength, and then he has some muscles and stuff.
Go
I
to the
want to
gym.
have that too. Mm.
Yes.
Yes, but it would be very cool to have this feature in real life. If you could,
Understandable.
yeah, if you could just skill some abilities and stuff. What would be my ultimate be if I had some gaming stuff in real life? What do you think?
I think your ultimate would be quite simple. You would have a bullet time ability. I would say, because with your bullet time ability, you could be better at gaming. That would be
Crazy
the ultimate
ultimate.
thing. Yes, plus having bullet time is also useful in real life, like in football. You
Mm,
can get into a perfect position and shoot the ball into a perfect angle because you have the time, because everything else is in slow-mo.
true.
Or if you want to catch a ball from a defender, just slow-mo them and snag it away. Easy
Mm.
clap.
I mean, a type like Thomas Müller, a player like Thomas Müller. I'm searching for the open spaces. I'm a Raumdeuter too.
Raumdeuter.
Mm.
Nice.
I always look for those realms. Yeah.
What do you think my ability would be? To ask a counter question.
I knew it was gonna happen, and I thought about it. But I really don't know what it could be.
It's really simple. The problem is that you haven't read the show where it's coming from. I would have the ability from omniscient reader to have a knowledge from something. Like if I could, for example, recite the ancient text or the literature from history which other scientists wrote, or if I could recite on top of my head everything that I've read, like an encyclopedia. That's a rough word.
Okay.
That would be my ability. Because of that, I would be smart in real life, be very analytical, and would have a nice life because knowing stuff on top of your head is nice if you're having a discussion with people in your job.
Hmm.
Be very nice.
But it would be your passive. Your ultimate would be something like casting a spell or something.
Yes, you don't know omniscient reader. It's the problem. You
Yeah.
can also use stuff from what you've read. Like for example, in omniscient reader, you can read the character profiles from people and use abilities from the people.
Oh, okay, but basically like a copy. You
Yes.
can basically copy others' ultimate, basically, or something.
Yes, so you can use concepts in the story that are happening or from other people.
Hmm.
Plus, he can also see through their eyes because he knows how people are feeling.
Ah, okay.
Like I would be great at analyzing people if I know what their stats and character profiles are. I would get every job if I know what was important for the person next to me who was asking me
True.
questions.
True. You could get everything with that ability.
Yes.
But let's go back to anime and manga and hobbies.
Do you know every other shows that depict hobbies in a nice way?
I mean, you can see in every romance anime or high school anime the club activities, which basically counts as hobbies in my book.
I mean, it's at school time, but you make your school time enjoyable and you choose your club if everything is right.
Yes. I mean, there's a literature club, there's a baseball club. Yeah, and other clubs. But
Yes.
the literature club and the baseball club are most
Literature.
the most seen ones, the most shown clubs in those high school or romance animes for some
Yes,
reason.
I kind of find it interesting that baseball is such a huge hobby in Japan.
Me
If you
too.
think about it from a Western perspective, that's
Mhm.
really interesting. Not from a Western, but from a European perspective, let's say it like that.
Yes.
Because for American, it shouldn't be a surprise that basketball or baseball are huge in Japan, but for us Europeans, interesting.
Hmm. And I was in Japan, and there was a big baseball game, and goddamn, it was crazy. The train station was completely packed and stuff. Everyone was wearing the shirts of their club and stuff. It was crazy.
Yes, baseball is quite huge there.
Hmm. If you go to a date with a girl, with a Japanese girl, go to a baseball game.
There could be worse tips.
Hmm. Like everyone in Japan enjoys baseball, or maybe like 80% of Japanese people.
There's
Yes.
also one author I want to talk about with hobbies.
Hmm.
It's Fujimoto, who has given us a perfect example what is happening when you don't have a hobby or something that gives your life meaning.
So
It's Denji, and
yes,
you've read the one shots, right? Or watched at least Look Back.
I watched Look Back.
Have you read Goodbye Eri or not?
No.
Then let's just talk about Look Back. He also shows how passion and hobby can connect people in Look Back and
Hmm.
how it can be a driving factor in your life.
Yes.
Because Look Back is great because of the passion that the two girls have for drawing manga,
Hmm.
plus other sad stuff that's happening, but no spoilers.
Yes.
Do you have any examples where hobbies are, how should I say it? Where you don't like characters having hobbies, or where do you think the hobbies are shown in a bad way? Let's say it like that.
In my mind, I don't have anything right now. I don't know.
I would argue that in like isekais or fantasy series, there's a stereotypical gamer which does not fit to me, kinda. Because you have, first of all, the average gamer is not that handsome in some isekais
True.
or buff. Plus, the typical gamer would not be as active and extroverted that some of them are.
Hmm.
They are just getting along with everyone
True.
and fitting in the world perfectly.
I mean, it's an isekai. It's a new word. You,
Yes, but we are both kind of introverts.
yeah.
Would we really make friends and fit in an isekai
Nah.
world?
Nah.
Not like that.
Hmm.
I know it has to happen in the story, but
I would just go somewhere quiet, build a house, and then chill my life there.
Yes, the chill isekais, they would call them like that, are something for me.
Maybe I would
Like,
get a waifu, and then I would
how
chill.
how was the slime show name that you liked?
Tenshura.
I killed, no, not ten, not I got reincarnated as slime.
You
I
mean
killed slimes for I killed how many slimes and become
I
OP
have
and level up.
killed 300. I have killed slimes for 300 years and leveled maxed my level or something like this.
Yes, that's the one. That would be my grind if I get isekai, just chilling.
Yeah. And don't want to get into actions with anyone.
Not saving the world and be part in a political intrigue or something and get abused by a random king and some bitch.
Hmm.
Like I don't know the show that I'm talking about.
Rising of a
Unknown
Shield
show.
Hero.
Yes. Like no interest. Let me go, please.
Hmm.
Don't want that.
If I would get summoned by some king, I would just slay the king and make this my own property. Yes, nobody can expect anything from me if I get reincarnated. But I don't believe reincarnations are real, so I won't get reincarnated.
Then there's one other aspect that I want to talk about, which is the depiction of entertainment in anime and manga in our real world. And there's obviously one show that I want to talk about, but we can use other example. It's Oshinoko.
Hmm.
I mean, most idols, actors, entertainers, social media guys like us, they are starting with what they're doing as a hobby at most times.
Hmm.
And I also like to see the passion that those people have for their hobby and to get on top.
Yes.
Like when actors are really passionate about the role that they play.
Hmm. Or you could be just Aqua and just don't want to and be good.
Yes. I mean, he's still good, but he's not good because he's passionate.
Hmm.
And it's also interesting in that shows to see how the people are struggling with their hobbies and their passion.
Yes.
Like a great example was Akane.
Yeah. She got hated by a million people basically.
Yes, on social media.
Yeah, social media. If you are famous, then social media will kill you for every wrongdoing you do.
It's a blessing and a curse.
Hmm.
But that's also a talking point that we forgot to talk about before in the previous section.
Yes.
We both have a hobby, shared hobby with doing content on social media.
True.
We forgot about that.
Yeah. No, I don't do it for my hobby. I do it for the money, of course. I mean,
If you have that thought process, then you won't make any money.
true. Yes. You can clearly see that I don't care about. I just
we
want
can
to have fun.
we can see one person who's definitely more active and one person who's definitely not more active. That can we see. Someone skips his short every now and then per week.
I'm doing it when when I want to.
Yes. When you want to.
Yes.
Yes.
When I have the motivation for it, I'm doing it.
When he's not gaming.
Hmm.
No, but that can also count as a hobby, doing social media content.
Yes.
Then, to make a conclusion for this topic, do you like it when characters in anime and manga have hobbies, or do you don't like it? Or do you like shows that are based around hobbies or not? I think that's a good conclusion.
I think it lets the show be more real because they are humans too, basically. They are just animated and fictional characters, but they seem more real because they do something they enjoy in their free time, like us.
Yes, they're definitely more relatable.
Yes.
I think also characters can get more relatable because of that.
Hmm.
Even though I don't share the same hobby as some characters, I know what people look like who are passionate about something. And
Yes.
with that I can relate, regardless if I like or even know the hobby.
Hmm.
That are my 2 cents for this topic. If you have anything else, you can add something. If not, I want to end with be a manga reader. Go to the hobby.
No, be an anime watcher.
Yes, when you are 10 years old.
Yes, bin ich too.
Then what will we do next episode? This
Ne-
time it's your turn.
Next episode, we will take a look at fighting scenes. We will analyze fights. Like, we will say what makes a fight good, what makes a fight bad. Everything around fightings.
If we do that, then let's include also non-fight scenes, but confrontations.
Yes.
Like some mind games.
Yes.
So not only physical fighting, but like
Physical.
Alice in Borderlands or
yeah.
No Game No Life, for
Yes.
example, when people are playing games.
Mhm.
Nice.
We will take a look at this.
Then have a good rest of your day, whatever is left of it.
Hmm. But first, let me add something. Please leave us some questions for the Q&A below that we will film next week or record next week.
Upload next week, yes.
We need some questions from you guys. But with that,
Then
I'm concluded too.
yes, that's it.
And I hope to see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.